Your story is amazing, what you're doing is amazing, and I can't wait for more people to hear about this because it really does need to go everywhere. So you started out in a very dark place. Explain, if you can, in a brief amount of time, your history.
Well, my love affair with alcohol and drugs began at a very early age. For as long as I can remember, I could not live in my own skin, and alcohol and drugs were the only thing that helped me feel like I could be alive in me. By the time I was 17, I was an everyday drinker. I got kicked out of college, started using heavy drugs, started selling heavy drugs, and just disappeared into a bottomless pit of negativity, self-hatred, and with no way out. And at 28 years old, in 2008, I started to turn yellow. I started to swell up in my belly, my ankles. I started to bleed from places you're not supposed to bleed. And I was diagnosed with end-stage liver disease. I was checked into Bakersfield Memorial Hospital, and they gave me 90 days to live without a liver transplant. I was going to die in 90 days without a liver transplant.
And the turning point was?
There were quite a few turning points. The first big turning point was that my dad never gave up on me. And my dad helped me get into the Comprehensive Transplant Center. Thank you, Dad. I love you, Dad. And we got admitted to the Comprehensive Transplant Center. They sent me home, basically on hospice, to the care of my dad and my dogs, to wait 6 months and try to qualify for a liver transplant. And one day I was in bed with all of my dogs, and I had, soiled the bed, which happened regularly at the time. And I had to undress, which was very painful at the time. And I walked into the bathroom, and as I passed the mirror, I was shocked at what I was confronted with. I didn't recognize what I was looking at. This scared, yellow person. I remember making contact with my eyes and not recognizing what I saw, like not understanding who was looking back at me. And I could feel my dogs behind me. And I look back at them, and all three of them, Marley, Tug, and Buddy, are looking up at me like I am just Matthew McConaughey mixed with Barack Obama. There's nothing going wrong. Everything is going to be okay. Dad, we see you. We see you, Dad. We see you. And I hadn't seen myself for forever, And that day, we just decided that if I couldn't live for myself, I was going to try and live for them. And, it gets better. And so that day, that became the first day of the rest of our lives, and we just committed to trying to get well. So we just started walking in the mountains, started with my pack. We started adding dogs, adding foster dogs, and I couldn't get very far at first, but started to be able to walk, then hike, then jog, and one dog became 3, became 5, became 15. Walking in the mountains, I started the large dog foster program for the Humane Society and for Canine Canyon Ranch. And by the time I had 6 months of sobriety, I no longer needed a liver transplant, and Marley's Mutts was born.
That's beautiful. So, yeah, and a lot of shelters won't take large dogs because they can't keep them in there. So
it's incredibly difficult.
So then you start Pawsitive Change.
Pawsitive Change,
Pawsitive
baby.
Change. And this is the best idea. Explain what you're doing with dogs in prisons. Why didn't anyone else think of this?
Thank you, Ellen. I agree. Pawsitive Change should be ubiquitous, and it should be in every prison in the United States. In the United States of America, we incarcerate 2.5 million people. That directly affects 10 million children. In the United States of America, we also surrender millions of dogs to shelters all over the country, resulting in more than 1 million euthanasias. It was our idea to create Pawsitive Change to provide hope and opportunity for incarcerated people and pets. They've been completely disenfranchised, both communities, for so long, and we have a real opportunity to provide hope and opportunity for them. So Pawsitive Change is a 14-week-long live-in rescue dog program where we go to local animal shelters, high-risk animal shelters. We pull dogs from those shelters and we send them to 5 maximum security prisons and 1 girls' juvenile facility to live for 14 weeks in prison with their student inmates. We go in every week, and we're training the Canine Good Citizen certification, where the dogs become therapy dogs by the time they graduate, and all of our student inmates have a vocational certificate when they graduate.
So they have something to do when they get out.
100%. So to date, we have graduated 650 students 250 dogs, and 50 of our students have been released onto the streets. 0 of them have gone back to prison. That's 0% recidivism. The national average is 70%. Thank you.
It's amazing. And I mean, animals can change you in the most positive ways. And I always think that kids should grow up with pets, because when you grow up with an animal, you know what unconditional love is. So I love that that's happening in prisons, and really this should happen in every prison, because in every, like you say, there's a prison in every city, there's a kill shelter in every city, and you can take these dogs and see how much love they give to the prisoners and how much the dogs get, and it's fantastic. All right, well, we're partnered with TisBest. They want to give you $20,000. So from TisBest, $20,000 for you, and one more thing. TisBest charity gift cards are a better gift for any occasion, so they also want to give you $5,000 as a gift card, and you can give it to any charity of your choice. To experience true power of giving, visit TisBest.org and go to our website to find out how you can help Zach and Pawsitive Change Program. This is a fantastic idea. Thank you so much. We'll be right back.